everybody. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you're well and having a wonderful day. Today we take the fight to Lenegis. I look a mess. I know. There's nothing I can do about it. But, of course, first I should probably put this into full screen. That would be a good idea. I may have changed Shion's look again. She looks good like this. I just want her to look her best, you know? Is there anything else I'm bored of right now? I don't think so. But yeah, okay, we're good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go to Lenegis. Let's do it. This is where we left off last night. We're gonna take a starship and go to the place where the Renans reside, I guess. Because it's a space station, yeah, or something. That's what they keep telling me, but we're going there. For Shion!
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which,
Okay,
Alphen,
Rinwell was kind
this
of right
bucket
then.
of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one.
I think she's just
I
a
never
normal
really thought
starship.
about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue.
Why are you
Literally,
so obsessed with
the
owls?
one drawn to the skies.
I like it.
Okay.
Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Are we gonna do like a
Okay,
put our hands
people.
in the middle
We
thing?
have
or?
two
Okay.
goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good?
Sound good.
All right. Then let's go.
Onwards and quite literally upwards. Away we go. So who knows how to fly this thing? Because Dohalim said he didn't really know, but I guess we're going anyway. And why is it suddenly so shiny as if it's brand new? There's so many questions, but it's okay.
You know,
What a sight.
I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
That's the art style for you.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing
he's
like
going poetic.
realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good
we
idea.
train?
The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot?
Okay, well at least
I dare
there's that.
say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Well, she just
Different?
poured her heart out
Like
to
in
you.
a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately.
Hey
like
Kevin,
found
thank
a
you so much for
zest
stopping
life.
by. Hope you're all
It
having a
fits
wonderful
you.
day. I don't think I need a posture check. The stream's just started, but I guess there you go. There's the posture check. My posture is perfect at the beginning of stream. What are you talking about?
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
I mean, we're
This
already
must
on the
feel
way,
like a
but
homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life. For as long as I can remember. They called
and
it
now
treatment.
we're gonna get rid of him.
But in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a
My
riddle
baby.
to solve. They poked and prodded me. trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me.
Well, let's punch
The
him in the
look they
face.
gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse.
Are we gonna prevent it?
Is
It's
it
okay.
any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
But we're gonna change it, so it's okay.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Sorry, what?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes?
Oh, okay, I
How
get
is
it.
that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving
She's
only
so
ourselves.
beautiful.
But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
Yes.
A world free
let's
of
do it.
sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too,
Now kiss.
Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
No biggie. Of
You
course we
bet
can.
we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Okay, now kiss.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
But he did. Aw, he didn't hold her hand. I know it would have been painful, but still.
Is something wrong?
Are
No,
you gonna crash?
I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less.
Yeah.
This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well,
Yes?
it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
Damn
see.
right. That's my boy.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and
That we
speak to me
do.
when you finish looking around the ship.
Alright, what did they say it was called? The Fall Knights? Let's have a wee look, shall we? Is that chairs? Is that chairs? That doesn't look comfortable. I'm confusion. What do they do? Just like squat? That doesn't look comfortable at all. It wasn't even a chair. Hello, you two.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
Oh,
And what's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
completely
It's
reasonable.
a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, that's
Well,
good for
maybe
you.
you're
It's
the one
doing
with the
well.
problem then.
Guys,
Oh my god.
guys.
Okay. I'm down.
I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renin technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Rinwell is the least likable person in this whole game. Wait, what is that? Why is there just a corridor of nothing? Is it on the other side as well? Why is there a corridor of nothing? Don't make no goddamn sense.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught
Could have
your
been
eye, huh?
worse.
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. That should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it
Yeah,
something
what
I
was
said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
I'm pretty sure we already established
Yes,
this.
it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
Aww.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but
But Shion.
Alphen,
Oh.
can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Actually, no, I don't.
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
It's a good thing Alphen does.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now. And
For
those still to come.
we have lost.
The world's
for those
bigger
we
than
can
just
yet save.
Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that.
Let's get our
And the
freedom.
one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Atta girl.
Kisara.
Character progression.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh?
Or
Let's take
development,
things one
or
step at a
whatever it's
time.
called. Development progression. Progression development? Oh, is that seriously everybody? Oh. Go, Halim. We there yet?
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to
Let's
land.
do this.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown
And
contest
it
on
is
Dana.
chock full of
Of
Renans.
course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure
And
is
they're
based
probably
on a
gonna wanna
strict
kill us.
hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine
very
someone's
snobby.
social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Yeah, so they're
Those
just
capable of only weak
evil to
astral
each other,
arts
no
are
biggie.
effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danon. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come
Maybe she
on,
would
you've
have been
seen her
a
skill
lord.
with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
What about her parents?
Sorry.
No,
did
it's
they
fine.
just, like,
It's
surrender her
refreshing
to
to be around
scientists or
someone who
something?
says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
Rinwell,
I am
please
not.
Shut up.
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
Hopefully,
I would
yes.
wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
Right, so let's go.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just
Enough
as well
talk.
I've got a ton of
Let's go.
questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Let's do this. Let's go and save Shion and also like the world and stuff. Wow, that's pretty big. Honk honk wink wonk. It's quiet. Where is everybody?
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Oh, there's a black one? Oh, the black
Do you
and gold
think
one looks
anyone
way better.
realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
Shut up, you would love to kill some Renans.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone.
Ominous.
That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
Well, he's never been there.
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst.
Honk honk. Let's go.
In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Yes, let's go.
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more,
I guess we gotta stop it, so let's go.
then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
I guess it is the Forbidden Zone then.
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
You know, they could have been lining up shots this whole time.
There's
and we
only
just stood
one
here
way to find
talking.
out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Cool, let's go. Oh, finally.
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans.
Yeah, so don't let your guard down.
Capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
Onwards. Into Lenegis. And it's broken. Oh no, that's a kid! You can't expect him to jump from that. Oh my god. This music is awesome. Shion, my love. You look beautiful, but we'll save you. Don't you worry. Got my pizza sword.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this
It's
is a
completely
bit more
trashed.
than I anticipated.
The
Oh
very
dear.
foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the
Apparently.
citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Uh-oh. What's... Go away. We don't want attention. Hi.
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you
Uh-oh.
haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
He doesn't...
Heard what?
Does he know that we're Danans?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
So who
Avakir,
is the
listen to me.
Sovereign, then?
We're looking for the Forbidden Zone.
Are they waiting for me
Do you
to
have
tell
any
them?
idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Well,
Very
I
well.
guess you're not sleeping
It looks
in your
like
own
we'll have
bed
to
tonight.
find the way there ourselves.
Hey, Skidmark! Thank you so much for
Have
stopping
you
by.
seen
Hope people are
Faria
having a
yet?
wonderful day. We have spaceship off. We're on Lenegis now.
No.
And everything
I
is
see.
broken.
Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
Well, I
I've
have
no doubt of
world-saving
that.
stuff to do, so I kind of have to come back.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Joe? That's a weird nickname. I know his name is Dohalim, but... Let's go, Doe.
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on
I
up
may or
here
may
in
not
their
have
own
changed
world.
Shion's outfit again.
Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information.
She's just so
Let's
beautiful.
talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
I was gonna
You
say,
sure?
Dohalim's literally a
Being
lord.
a lord
I'm
on
pretty sure-
Lenegis has its advantages.
Yeah, he could just ask people.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two.
All right,
The
finally
Danins among
here.
us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Hello.
Oh, dear me.
I was about to
What
read
an
that.
unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zugals have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue
Well,
what might
I
have caused
mean-
this?
There's probably a great many things.
Would that I
could list.
have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it.
That sounds familiar.
But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship,
I'm actually
Dohalim
with
of
Rin
the
on this one.
House
If you couldn't figure out what's
Ilkaris?
going on between them, Lord, then just wait and find out.
I believe
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
on
she's been
Dana.
right 2 times so far.
Your eyes do not
She's
deceive
still
you.
bullying him,
It is
though.
I, one and the same.
I really
have
wish
returned
that
to
she would
fulfill a
stop.
special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
I've come to the conclusion that she is the least
As your
likable
lordship
character
wishes.
in our group of
First, Lenegis
protects.
mutates beyond recognition. Now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed.
You think a lord who doesn't pick out his
The
own clothes in the
Ilkaris
morning will be
house
like
has
the least
produced a
likable,
great
but
many
no,
lords over the centuries.
it's the 14-year-old
I shall
mage.
be praying for your victory in the
Rita
latest
would kick
crown
her ass,
contest.
I swear. Rita would literally be like, shut the fuck up.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
I miss Rita. Alright, so cool. I wasn't listening to a word you say because you're an old man. Anyway. Nothing there. Hello.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you.
Where's the Forbidden Zone?
I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
And how does
Sorry to
this make you feel?
interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
I don't know about much about the redhead, but the others can't
Oh,
do
red,
anything worse
eh?
than Rin. Yeah,
No, I can't say I remember anyone like that.
she's just horrible
I imagine
to
she'd
people,
stand
isn't
out
she?
somewhat too.
She just enjoys being horrible.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like
It
that
sucks
hanging
because
around
I
the lord
really
you were
thought I was
serving?
gonna like her before the game
What's
came
with all
out.
these questions?
Because the way
I've
they
never
portrayed
seen
her in
okay?
trailers,
Not
though, she's like,
recently
you
or
know, like
otherwise.
timid
Why
and
do you want to find her
kind-looking,
anyway?
but that is the complete opposite of what she
Never
is.
mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
She just turned out to be a bitch. Wait, what's that? Is there something over here? Oh! Here, have some heals. Just don't touch me because I'll end up hurting you again. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman like me. Bye. Don't...
Everything will be okay now.
Okay, cool.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Alright, we've healed. I don't think she enjoys it. I legit think she's just dumbly oblivious and ignorant. Maybe a bit of both. Maybe a bit of both. Because
Is
she's
everything
smiling
okay?
when she's like
You look a
actually
little
bullying
lost.
Law.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all.
I feel like
I was
she
just
could
about
be
to make my
dumbly
umpteenth attempt
oblivious,
at a
but she
new
does
route.
enjoy
I was
hurting
hoping to head
people.
this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
And then she has the
I
gall
suppose
to be
the
like,
sovereign knows best.
oh no, I've been such a
I
good
daren't
friend to
stay here
Shion,
too
and I
long,
didn't
then.
even realize her
A lower
pain.
caste
It's like,
can only linger
when
around these
were you
parts
a
for
good
so
friend
long
to
before I
Shion?
outstay my welcome.
Please.
I was
enlighten
hoping to
me.
avoid it, but
You've
maybe I'll
literally
have to go
never
that
even
way
been a
after all.
friend, let alone a good one.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how?
Everybody's
Last I
fangirling.
heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course.
She
Please
wants him to
forgive
sign
me.
her titties.
There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
And no one corrects her because the Deaths
You'd
just want
really
everyone
do
to
that
like
for
her.
me?
She just seems like a
A
cheap
lord
like for the
troubling
series.
himself for someone of my lowly status.
And then
Our
yeah,
lot
that's
in life
exactly
is
what
of
it
little
is. Like
consequence. We are both
I guess no
Renan,
game is
first and
perfect.
foremost.
it's just
Oh,
like nobody
why, yes,
calls
my
out on
lord.
her toxicity.
Thank
No one
you.
ever says Rinwell. Like the only time someone's ever done it
Well, we
was
canvassed the
Alphen.
city for information.
Like
do you
when
think?
when that woman was
No
trying to
one
bury
has
her
the
son.
faintest idea what's happened to the
But then
city
he instantly
after all.
apologizes for it, and it's
They
like, no,
haven't
don't
heard the news about
apologize.
the
She
crown
deserves to
contest
fucking be
either.
put in her place.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would
You've
indicate
never
that
understood
something's suppressing
signing
the truth.
skin?
That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given
What does that
everything
mean?
that's happened to their city,
Oh,
the people here
The
seem
signing
weirdly
groups?
okay with it all.
maybe they just never
Yeah.
watch again.
That one guy even
Or
said
at least maybe
Zoogle would stop
they'll never
listening
wash
to
their
him.
boobs again.
If that's true, these people are in big
I'll
trouble.
never wash this hand again.
Everything
Like
that
I
happens
literally
here is
can't
attributed to the Sovereign's will.
not wash my hands.
It's the
Like
way
I wash
people
my
have been
hands like
conditioned.
100
Their
times a
belief
day.
runs deep.
That's a slight
Nothing
exaggeration,
happens devoid of a reason.
but I'm not actually
To
going to
them,
count. But
It's
yeah,
all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's
like,
plan.
it is
There is
kind of
one thing
weird.
I'm still not sure about. Just who is
Unless
this
you've got,
person
like, a
ruling
tattoo
over
thing.
Lenegis?
Booked,
The Sovereign, of
and you
course.
get them to
He
sign where
rules
you
from
want
Rena
the
while presiding
tattoo.
over both Rena and
So then you go
Lenegis.
straight to the tattoo parlor, and then they
Without
can just
the lords or
ink
anyone
over
in
it,
the
so
middle
then you've
doing
got
his
it
dirty
forever.
work? Isn't Rena at least the
I guess
same
that
size
kind
as
of
Dana?
works.
That's
But otherwise,
a
you're
pretty
just
big
gonna have to wash
dominion
it
for
straight
one
off,
person to rule
and it's
over.
kind of pointless.
I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess
It
I'd never
doesn't?
given it much thought before. Here, the
I feel
Sovereign's
like I've
total
heard of it before, where
authority is
people
as
got
natural
like
as night
their
turning
arms
to
signed
day.
or something.
Come to think of it, I
And then
know
they just go
nothing
straight
of
to
the
the tattoo
nature of how
parlor.
Rena itself is.
Oh, my eye needs to pop again.
Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Neither have I.
revelations.
In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I don't think he
I'm
would
beginning
care.
to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Make a choice.
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne
Hey,
from his
Crimson
or
Vixen,
her
thank you so much for
predecessor,
stopping by. Hope you all are
before
having a
becoming
wonderful
ruler
day.
over all
Nim,
of Rena and
Nim.
Lenegis.
See what I mean? Because
Thereafter,
when people have multiple names,
that
I get easily
individual is known as
confused.
the Sovereign. Though,
Nim,
it would
you are
appear
Nim.
that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron
I
factors into all
understand now.
this,
Got
at this
me on
point,
the TV.
I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago,
Ta-da,
I
I'm
became the
famous
sovereign
now.
here on Lenegis. No, not
Oh
just
my God,
became,
my
I
eye.
was forced to. Me, a Danon.
Either is fine. Just go
300
with what
years
you're
later,
comfortable with.
we
Thank you.
crossed paths
It
with
might be a
Volron,
crisscross
who
between the
also
two.
bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common.
I'm shit with names.
We both became sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that two sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganatheros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma.
But
The
as we've
same
seen,
one
the
that the
lords
Red
couldn't
Woman
see
stole.
her.
There's something else the ceremony needs.
So, maybe? I
A
don't know.
maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
We already know, it's me.
If the
I am
Forbidden
the
Zone
sovereign.
really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Okay, we were going to anyway. It's literally right there. I took 3 steps.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, their sovereigns up on the Renin homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renin society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other
Why
lords.
do we need to know anything about them? We've already killed them.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renins in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
No, it doesn't.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Shion's hair right now is amazing. Thank you. I put her in a matching hair and outfit combo. She looks great in everything. I love her so much. Way to contribute, Ren. Yeah, we literally just 3 seconds ago spoke to someone who said that there was a passage, but I heard that there was a passage and we should go through it. Okay, Ren.
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious
She's
about
doing
them,
her best.
why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
But why do we care about the lords that we've killed now? I don't care about their backstory. Why would I? They were evil, they were killing people, I killed them. That's all I needed to know. I spent hours making sure her hair was perfect. You want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency, Erwolzi Teldilis. You probably know him better as Lord Balsif. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. Cool, but he was a dickhead, so we killed him. Why would I care that he was nice to his fellow Renans? It's fair to say that the House Teldilis doesn't enjoy much esteem. I can't read. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that.
Yes!
But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house.
Yes!
I owe so much to His Excellency. I could never dream of serving any other lord. Yeah, but he killed us and stuff, so why would I care that he likes you guys? I don't care about any of their
Balsif had it in him
backstories.
to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
I don't care. How are they dead yet candidates? I think I missed the important plot line. Oh, the people here don't know that I've killed them. Luckily. Otherwise, this would be harder than it needs to be. Well, yeah, he won't stand up for you anymore. Lord Dohalim, you have returned. And I see you've brought aides with you. Oh, she... Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes? Not only do I support Halcyon Karas, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to anyone who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult? I don't know that word. I've been unable to upload them. You know, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed Halcyon Karas, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, why the mere thought of it, the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. American is hard. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Wow, she really went for that one, didn't she? Probably best you don't start a conversation with that. Hi, do you remember me from 7 years ago? I looked at you. Please stop. I think they wanted that to stop too. Well, what did you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete. She is obsessed. She's
I
a
guess
little
she
bit
intended to
obsessed.
spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Just stop. Never. I'll go back and talk to her if you want. Because she does say it again. I learned that the hard way. Well, I never. To think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyris.
What?
What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almadria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I come from a family that has served House Valkyris for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabel behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. I can't read. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Are you kidding? He killed Lord's dad. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dana and expand our horizons. That way, we will become the masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. Minority? That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my 2 sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. Oh, I probably killed them too. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. I mean, as in, don't start a
Ganabel
convo.
was so
Hey, we're the
horrible to
people that killed your champion and...
Yet he
Wait,
was
why do you
invested
look
in
so
helping
mad?
Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little
Hi,
inconsistent?
Ganabel's dead. What can you tell me about him?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabel also had people he cared about until the
Why do
very
we
end.
care about who
So
these
why
guys
couldn't
cared
he
about,
extend
considering
that
that
to
they were
us,
all
Danny?
racist and they were killing us? They were all mass murderers. Why do we care about their backstories, and why now? I don't care. I've already killed them. Propaganda is definitely a weird one. Are we done here, or did I get them all? Oops, what one is it? Towards people who support the lords. Have I not spoken to them all already? So what do we... Oh, we didn't... okay, we haven't spoken to Almadria. Maybe there's one in the next place? Because there's no one left here to talk to. So you spelt it right the first time? Nailed it. Angesh is horrid. I understand.
This area
Aha.
doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of
To be
Lenegis'
fair, it does look like it'd
transformation
be really
appear to be
pretty to
less
live here.
pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Kynaris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almadria? If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. These people are just randomly... Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't ask anything. She's just like, allow me to tell you of my Lord and Savior, Almadria. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almadria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. So she's always been a fucking crazy piece of shit then. I didn't have an R, then I used an E instead of typing an A. Typing is hard and autocorrect didn't have my back. Autocorrect never has your back. You gotta learn to look out for yourself. Autocorrect isn't there to help you. Autocorrect is there to make sure that you say duck instead of fuck. Jehovah's Witness Renan edition. Allow me to tell you of Almadria. I would mute my mic when I cough, but for some reason, I can't turn it off right now. The light's not on, so I thought it was off, but apparently it's not off because you guys can hear me. So I can't turn it off. So I'm gonna have to cough into the mic tonight. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almadria is a woman of talent. No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. What, really? That's worrying. Soon the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. Why does she look so angry? I'm worried.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't
You
make
trying
it
to kiss
true.
her feet?
Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Are you trying to kiss her feet? He is trying to kiss her feet. You saved my life. I would have been a goner had you not arrived when you did, milady. Oh no. Run far, run fast. Don't look back. I understand we're in a crown contest, but I had no idea such a capable astral artist was in our midst. Forgive me for not realizing it sooner. Come on, you don't need to bow so deeply. All I did was strike that Zugol's weak point. I didn't even get to go down to Dana for the crown contest, so I'm not sure how to feel about all this praise you're heaping on me. Run. Just run. Run away. All he's missing is a fedora. Wait a second. Have you noticed? Oh, I was gonna say, does everybody have white hair? But they don't. It's just that these two... I suppose his hair is more silvery and hers is more like platinum, I guess, but still. He wants feet pics. Well, he's got the real thing. Apparently, he's just staring at him. Hi, I don't care about your lord, but the game's making me care. How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Volran. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Urwagil Hildress myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord Urwagil is the true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they say. As for how Volran runs Ganeth Haros, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. And we stand for slavery and torture and barbarism. That's what being a true Renan is all about. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignissary of his anyway? I'd never even heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense. Not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people? Well, he's a
It
Old
seems like
man
the
stuck in
people
his
on
ways.
Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
Why can't I move?
On the contrary, remember, we Renans are raised to
Oh,
accept
no.
everything at face value.
Oh my god, I thought the game was about to kick
When
me
you
out
think
again
about
then.
it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
But who cares? They were brutal. We killed
They
them.
must have
End
had a
of.
lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities
This
of
does
Renan
not
society.
excuse them
Renans
of
live
slavery.
in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely
And
competitive.
this still doesn't excuse
but their
them.
loyalty to their people is also
This
strong.
does not excuse them.
It's what brings them together against outside forces.
Why is the
And
game
nothing
trying to make me be like, but
exemplifies
they were
that more
nice,
than the
honestly.
Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
This doesn't excuse
Right.
them.
It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the lords were all people, too.
This doesn't excuse them of what.
Balsif
Oh
and
my
the
god.
others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose they had
but
to kill
still,
all of us.
Just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't
Thank
mean...
you, Law.
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that.
That's exactly what you're
But
trying
at the
to
same
do.
time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of
No,
us.
they were incomprehensible
guess-
monsters.
What I'm trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Why are we excusing
Wow.
them?
Am I wrong?
not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion
Why are we
and Dohalim
excusing them
definitely
of
make a good case for
enslaving
it.
hundreds,
And I'm going to keep doing my
thousands of
best to make
people?
sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Yay, we learned some backstory, and now for some reason we feel bad for killing them? Is that what this is? I'm gonna save the game, because I panicked just then. I really thought it was gonna kick me out of the game again, because that's what it did the other time, but we will continue on. Wild, dude.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
And who was it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
That's what
The
they
last
just
I
said.
heard,
yes,
yes.
Rinwell.
Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what
By
end?
whom?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe
I say
anymore.
we go find out.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
Hey, let's
No
go.
use standing around here chatting about it then.
Thank you,
Let's
Law.
get a move on.
Let's go. I'm not saving often enough. This must change. I walked 4 steps.
Doe?
Doe?
Faria.
Raimi?
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me
Why
you've
does she
given
look
up on
so
the crown contest and come
detailed?
crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell
That
you,
one.
I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever
Wow.
brings you peace.
He really said that. But why is she so detailed? When the
Sure,
other friend of
that's
his
it.
wasn't.
Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
You need to chill. Oh. Well, she did. That's weird. So Renans
Dohalim.
can see her.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Unless she chose for her to see
Is it
her.
true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
So why are we surprised if he's already
The
mentioned it
mistakes
before?
I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
She should have been more of a coward
Did you mean what
and
you
run
said?
away from the girl with the black
About letting
eyes.
her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so.
Rin,
There
he's
are
killed a
far too
million
many
things.
questions
Probably
I still
people
seek
too.
answers to.
Since you met him, it shouldn't be a
Besides,
surprise that he's killed
you have
someone
just as much
before he
reason
met
to kill
you.
me as she does.
And considering as well,
Dohalim.
when we met him, his master core went out of control,
Forgive
and
me.
then he tried to kill us.
Some things are best left unsaid.
So like, and the fact that he's literally already said he's had to kill someone before. So why are we now being like, you've killed someone? Why didn't you have this moment when he told us the first time that he... I guess writing a story is hard, and writing dialogue is hard. I mean, I can't do it for shit, but like, why are we now reacting to the fact that he's killed someone when he literally said it earlier in the game? And another cutscene. There's a lot going on here.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah. It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think?
It's pretty
Man, these
empty.
Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Hey ho, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you're well and having a wonderful day.
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot
Thank
and
you
play
for the
music
alert.
together.
Take care of yourself while you're gone. This game
Avakir,
needs a punch in the face
Faria,
option for every member.
and Tarnigan.
And you could just punch her every time she opens her mouth. And I
That
would
was a
too.
lifetime ago
Don't think
now.
for a second that I wouldn't.
Tarnigan.
I mean, I wouldn't at the beginning
was the
because
one
she was
that
actually
Faria
nice when
mentioned,
you first
right?
meet her, but then she quickly shows
He
her
was
true
once my
colors.
dearest, closest friend,
That's when I would start doing it.
as well as Faria's betrothed. Despite
explains why she
Faria's
wants you dead.
lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
He likes music. See, they both look very generic anime people. Why is she so
A
detailed?
friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing.
Oh, Shion.
Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord.
And guess who won?
Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
He killed him, obviously.
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same.
Okay.
Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
Oh my god, has he ever raised his voice like that?
But
apart from when
if
he
you
was
hadn't
yelling,
become Lord,
when he
Menancia
lost
wouldn't be what
control?
it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago.
Now kiss.
You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today.
Now kiss.
So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Everyone's suffering.
Do you
Every
think he'll be
conversation
all
doesn't
right?
need to end in swapped spit. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
And they need to kiss.
It's important to have
Speaking
someone
of
like
kissing, Alphen, Shion, you're gonna
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
now kiss. Everybody.
that. Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Oh, we're being spied on. Let's punch him. I like their matching outfits. Thank
Alphen.
you. Because they're in
Yeah.
love and they need
I
to kiss.
never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
Now kiss.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a
The belly
medic and
button in her
supply
armor
officer
is a
over
weird
there.
detail, though.
If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
I think it's supposed to show that it's a very, very tight outfit. That's all. I think it's not actually a belly button in the outfit. I think it's supposed to show that that part is like super tight, which I'm digging, you know? I'm all for it. We don't need supplies. We're level 100. Let's just fucking go. I thought it was plate armor. I think it's leather. I'm pretty sure. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. An outfit with a matching counterpart. It's made of strange materials whose striking contours give it an athletic appearance. That's what it says for this armor. But yeah, I think it's literally just from where it's like really, really tight. And she looks fucking beautiful in it. She looks amazing. It's Shion. I love her.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Anyone
they're
can
in
avoid
gold
fighting
this
them?
time.
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Alright, let's fuck them up.
So much for them not wanting to
So
fight.
it's Under Armour.
I am Lord Dohalim.
It's Under Armour, but it's over armor because who needs Under Armour?
The city must be a race.
When you're level 100 and you look as good as Shion. Am I right or am I right?
If they want to fight, they got one.
What level are these guys? These guys are level 44.
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
Sanguine Blossom.
Easy. GG. Got to add that
Those
sex
soldiers
appeal to
seem
sell the
different
merch.
from the citizens
This was
we've come
a
across so far.
collector's edition outfit,
Yeah,
I think.
They
It was
were
either
big
collector's
talkers,
edition or
that's for
pre-order.
sure. They just attacked without warning.
I saw it
They
and I
weren't
instantly
the
fell
least
in
bit
love.
fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more.
I think it was pre-order.
And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on
No, wait.
threats.
Hang on.
A few frenzied
remember.
Zoogles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
I mean,
Their
either way, I
glazed
suppose you're
over
right
eyes
because it,
reminded me of
it
the
sold
soldiers
me.
and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros.
Well, I mean, I was already
the
sold on the
ones
game,
in
but
blind
like,
devotion to Volron.
woo!
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis
Shion.
before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Right. It's happened. I'm bored of Kisara's outfit and I know what I'm putting her in. What color looks good on her? Maybe white and blue. And beautiful. She's a teacher now, just like we like it. Air freshener, slut. I'll never forget this game's fighting. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin this for me. It's air pressure. And it's slice. You're probably hearing slice. I don't want to hear what you're hearing.
Gotta break through. Take this. Swallow blade. You're mine. Rising Wyvern. Mirage.
Skill reflexes will not serve you well here.
To be let free. Here I come. Rising Wyvern. Mirage. No escape.
I'm listening for it, and I shouldn't be.
Swallow blade.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Oh, Laura, you're like 16. No
Am I on a
pummeling.
roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Ha 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 ha. I don't need to fight you. I'm too powerful for that. Uh-oh. I can make it, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. I didn't think I'd be able to dodge that. Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep... Shit!
Little help.
I didn't even touch them. What the fuck are you talking about?
A chain between heaven and earth.
I just heard it. It's slice, not slut.
All the power of my healing.
It's too fast.
Stand back.
Wait, did somebody die? Why did she cast resurrection? Oh no, did somebody die? Oh, I was gonna do a thing. The way you said you piece of shit yesterday was hilarious. I don't remember how I said it, but I'm glad to have provided
Soldiers don't seem
entertainment.
to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Trying to
Is
dodge
someone
them, still
making them
deleted one
stand guard
quickly.
over the Forbidden Zone?
I'm OP.
Hi, Hoodle.
Deleting all the enemies.
I have no limit.
Okay.
Can you take
Okay. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it now! Yes!
Sorry, but this fight ends here.
Oh, it's the anime one.
Now, Asuna!
That was a little OP. He's still not dead. Oh, a challenge. A challenge has presented itself to me. What level is he? And he's only level 44. What the fuck? Wait, what if I got equipped? Because Nebulum. Do I have the wrong thing? Hang on. Oh, wait. Do I have the wrong thing equipped? No. So why do I feel so weak?
Well, I'm here to stop.
I owe you one.
Isn't saying it's the anime one in this game a little redundant? True. I meant like I always keep forgetting the name of it. SAO. That one. Yeah.
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade. But yeah, there was an event, a little crossover thingy that you can download, and you can basically fight them. And after you fight them, you get that that finisher move. But you have to like activate it and stuff. And I forgot that I had it activated until now, and I was like, oh, let's do it. Not that way. But also, that's how you get the outfits for Shion, Lore, and Alphen. And Shion looks amazing in that pink dress. Don't. Oh my god, did you even?
Let's see what you've got.
In a barn. Go away. But honestly, I got it for the outfits. I'm being real. I literally spent $12.99 on it just so I could have those outfits. Mostly for Shion.
Say no more.
It was worth it. It was worth it. I think I used some credit, so I didn't spend $12.99 per se, but it was $12.99. Oh no. Wrong way. Okay, we're good. Don't chase me. Don't go away. Back the fuck up. Yeah, you walk away. Right. Save the game. Alright, let's go into this shiny thing. Take us to the place we're supposed to go. Oh no, I shouldn't have made her into a teacher. Now I can't take her seriously.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Open it. How do you activate a power anyway? Do you have to think that you want to do it? Or do you have to like... Hey Jamie, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you're well and having a wonderful day.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
Ooh, it be glowing.
What?
What the?
I hope you are doing well, friend. I hope you are happy and content. Oh, we've gone back in time again.
Alphen.
You again.
See, they definitely weren't fucking.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment.
See,
Whenever
look at
they
the size
at
of his
me, all
forehead.
they see
This is
a
why I
Danon.
changed his
I don't even know
hairstyle.
what their precious ceremony's for.
He looks
Let
so much
alone
better with
what
the
they're
hair I
going to
gave
force
him.
me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice.
I'm more than happy. I
Becoming
found
the
something
Maiden's
that makes
not
covers
something I
very
wanted for
clean.
myself.
Oh.
But they
Oh.
said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Oh.
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide.
That's
Good
sus.
for
That's
you.
pretty sus.
Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone.
So she was blonde. She's basically
One
a
more
blonde
day.
Shion.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
She
Here's
was
what
kind.
we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Yep, they definitely weren't fucking. Which is a good thing as well, because if they were, then this would be very awkward between him and Shion. Like, hey, I fucked your ancestor 300
What the
years
hell
ago.
just happened?
But it
That
didn't happen.
vision.
That's okay.
Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to.
I think
She
there's still
looked
a chance of this
exactly like
relationship
Shion.
working more than Rin and Law. What do
It
you
was
mean?
Naori. Naori Imaris.
Shion and Alphen?
Isn't that right?
No, they were not. They literally weren't. They didn't even
Yeah,
have
that's right.
time.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly?
Nope.
It
Alphen
was
and
too
Shion.
real to be a mere hallucination.
Best couple. Power
It
couple.
was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
How much time do
I
you
felt
need?
it too.
Considering
first
she
time
is
either.
one of the... Well,
was the
she
same
is not one of the
sensation as
people, but
back
she is
inside the
of the
wedge.
people who kidnapped him. I don't
That
think he
would
wanted
make
to fuck a
sense.
Renan.
After all,
Now
vast
he
amounts
does,
of Dana's
but then he
astral
didn't.
energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Happy girl?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
Yeah,
I
we'll be
can't
fine.
just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been
Maybe
fighting
she
to free
changed his
Dana
mind.
from the Renas.
Stop it! I know what
But
you're
now
trying to
that we're
do.
here,
No,
it seems
Shion
those
and
same
Alphen
Renans might
forever.
have it just as bad.
I will
I'd
not
like to
listen.
liberate them too if I can.
This
Which
blasphemy.
is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion.
See, look,
your desire to free and protect.
She loves him so
they're
much.
all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Okay. Shion and Alphen
Nobody's
forever.
here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Alright, there's gonna be a boss. How can I tell? Because there is a cloud here. Save the game just in case it owns us. Which I don't think it will, but you can never be too sure, even when you're level 100. It looks like we just cut the wall open with like a laser. Oh, it's the oddly detailed woman.
Faria, how did you get in here?
And she ain't having none of our shit.
Something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
That's not Faria. That is probably a red woman trying to trick us. Did we slice it open with lasers? You know what? I wasn't paying attention. I can't even remember already.
A summoning?
That's a big...
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
What? I've never known Faria to get jiggles like that before.
How about with the stone? That looks precisely like a master sword.
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zubos.
Dance to the song of ringing steel.
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Furious as a blaze. Why is... Oh, a challenge? What level is he? He's only level 45. Why is his health not going down so fast? No. I forgot his name. Who am I referencing again? Ravana, that's the one. That's the bitch.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
It's a Ravana wannabe. Except this guy doesn't even have any fucking swords. Pathetic. Nah, he gonna die. He go. Oh wait, Shion. Ah! What the fuck?
I didn't think you had it in you. Okay, there'll be time to congratulate you later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
Sorry.
But this fight ends here.
Oh, let's get him.
Now, Asuna!
Right!
Do you think this is gonna do any damage? Over. So close. Please.
In an instant.
Bye, wannabe Ravana. Why is this a challenge now? They're only level 45. What the fuck is going on? That was not a picnic. Why is she
Now
so
it's just
detailed?
her. Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
Is she important?
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Oh.
Forgive me.
Oh! He just fucking punched her! Would that knock her out? I got 2 damage out of that move. It wouldn't surprise
Man,
me.
I thought we were goners.
Everything
Would a
okay?
punch to the stomach
Yes.
knock someone out like
She's
that?
only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
I mean, Dohalim, you have
We're
healing
not even
arts. You
supposed
could
to
do
be
it.
in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
What a way to
I'll
end a
take her off
fight.
your hands.
Just punch
You?
her in the stomach.
Avakir,
That
what are
kidney
you
shot
doing
would
here?
Put anyone down? Oh, for real?
I was curious
oh,
what
okay.
you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out.
Why does
I
he
overheard
sound like a
what you
snob?
said about Tarnagan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria.
I don't know about unconscious,
Leave her
but
with
she's
me.
gonna be
I
pissing
know
blood
better
for
than to
a
ask
week.
what you're up to. But whatever
Oh
it is,
no.
I hope it all works out.
How did it make her unconscious then?
Thank you.
Unless she's just that weak. I say do it again, just for the way she spoke to Dohalim.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't
Does he?
changed.
Sounds like
He
a
never
snob.
was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
I'm guessing that is more of a
Somebody
side
got
effect
to
of
her.
the Pokeball.
Strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know
What?
that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria
did
would
I
have
say
lost
again?
loved ones if it wasn't
I-
for me.
Goldfished real bad.
You're wrong.
What were we
Calzalith was the
talking
one
about?
who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnagan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed.
Punch to the abdomen.
Ridding
Certainly take the
society
wind
of
out of
this
someone and
blight
make
is
them
really the
incapable
only
of
way
getting
I
up.
know
I
how
don't
to
think
atone
knock
for
them
my
out.
sins.
Magic.
You can't atone, Dohalim.
It definitely made her incapable of getting
I
up.
know it hurts to hear. But those people are dead.
But I guess extra magic
No amount
knocked
of
her
soul
out.
searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness,
Miss Kisara.
acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those
For
still
those
alive.
we have lost.
For those,
For those
still
we
alive.
can yet save.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference.
Yes, Miss
Punishing
Kisara.
yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
Now kiss.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Oh, she's so good at
Shion.
ruining the moment.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria
I might
without
have to make
hurting
a
her.
hot chocolate. It's
You all
way
did
too
much
cold
for
now.
her as well.
Now you've
I'm
said
most
it. Now I
grateful.
really want
Oh,
one.
shucks. We're on the same team,
Go make a
right?
hot chocolate and
Let's-
go and enjoy it and savor it because it's fucking freezing. It is so cold. I keep forgetting that I've got hot chocolate. I hope I can still use it. I walk 4 steps
is
and
it,
there's another
Rinwell?
cutscene.
Do you hear something again?
Yeah,
I'll just teleport it over to you. Cream and chocolate dust stick. Oh, yes, please.
it's that voice.
With the little marshmallows.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
That sounds amazing. I might have to get some cream and chocolate dust now. I've never had it like that. Or you can get those little, what are they, chocolate bombs? where it's got all of the stuff in it and then it makes hot chocolate. I'm gonna buy some. Oh my god. I've never had one before, but I really want one. I don't have little marshmallows, I'm afraid. They're not vegetarian. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Cream and chocolate dusting sounds amazing. I want a hot chocolate now, but I can't because I'm streaming. Damn the streams. The things that I would do right now if I wasn't streaming Hong Kong, I'd just be wrapping up warm with a hot chocolate. Wink wonk.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Ooh, the thorns. Well, that was disturbing. So she lost control? What happened? What exactly just happened? I genuinely don't know what it was that just happened. What? Take a break. Good time to stretch too. Breaks are at 10 p.m. my time. We got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes to have a snack.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
Oh, so that was a mouth? Oh, that's creepy.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
Oh, I'm looking at her titties. I'm sorry,
The visions
Sarah.
of the
I'll
apocalypse
listen.
you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
Yeah, it's not too far away.
So, everything we
Has,
just
like
saw,
a little Kinder chocolate or something.
those were Naori's memories, right?
Hong Kong.
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her.
So
it reminds me of Xion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe
So
my
what
thorns are
happened?
made from that same astral energy?
I still don't really know what the hell just
If
happened.
that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
I'm confused.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience.
But it came out
If
of her,
so,
so does it...
Maybe that complete oblivion
You mean
is
it was her
exactly
fault?
what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Yes, Miss Kisara. Sorry, Miss Kisara.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
All right. Our goddess has spoken. Let's go on.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Lord, oh my god, literally you do nothing wrong.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns
I'm not controlling this.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
I walked 1 step before it then pushed
Soon,
me.
we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens,
We're ready. The only way is forward.
I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Let's go. We'll beat whatever comes our way. Because we're level 100 and we're OP as fuck. I don't know why they do these. Move an inch to get another cutscene sections. I think we're getting a lot of wrap-ups and plot progression-y things, and it's like trying to fit it all in. But where I haven't been doing any side quests or listening to any skits, it's like, it kind of feels like it's just everywhere, if that makes sense.
Hold up, you guys.
I'm not controlling it again.
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
Go
That's the
this
room you
way.
visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
The video game has told me, go this way.
This
Exposition.
looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
And yet
Let's check it out.
clean.
It might give us a new lead.
Right, how far do I have to walk before I get another cutscene? Let's count the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 steps.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see.
Search my name.
A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup.
In English?
The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master course.
I'm lost.
With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden.
True.
Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renin citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renins are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
The plot thickens.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
I want to read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful.
Me.
Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Given name? Wait, so that's not my name?
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really.
So what was my real name? My real
What about
name?
the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Well, success, use the term loosely.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory,
Still
the
looking at her
Sovereign shall
titties.
return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told.
So we were
But
told.
according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
Da, da, da.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Who was it indeed?
Crown
Volron?
contests have been held this whole time, in spite
No.
of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Hey!
Either way,
Varentia!
It's fair
I
to
thi-
say
I
she's
don't- I-
definitely involved
I
somehow.
have a rule. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the fam.
about the
Ignore what they
data
tell you
records?
in chat.
Is there
we
no
are not
other
a cult. I do
information
not
that
want
could
your
help
feet
us?
pics or your firstborn. Just your pizza, because I'm always
Not that
hungry.
I can see.
Thank you so much for
Just
stopping by.
file
Hope you're well
upon
and having
file
a
of
wonderful
experiment
day.
results.
There's
There's nothing here about who's
Varentia.
behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately.
I only say it like a bot.
I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able
That
to
is how it
read
is
through it
said in
all,
this channel.
but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
So what, should we read it? Or should we just go?
I'll do that.
Okay, we'll read it.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron as well.
Okay.
The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them.
Interesting.
They might contain valuable information.
Select a topic. Master cores. Master cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belong to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these master cores, those with earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan lords at the time of the crown contest. Only the dark master core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renus Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath the master core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of the tenure, each lord competes in the crown contest to amass the allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renus Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renus Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. Select a topic. Ha 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 ha, get fucked. Spirit cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. And that's the topics on that terminal. That was pretty fucking dark. Okay. Lenegis, a large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Renus Alma within the central core of Lenegis. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to the residential zones. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address the damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegis serves as the central base of operations for management and execution of the crown contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Select a topic to explore. Detachable harvester, that's the wedge, right? A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegis' conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danan waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. That sounds scary! Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegis. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegis' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. I can't read! No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. There was already one? Addendum 2. Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Uh-oh. We ruined that. Rip. What's this one? Sedative mask. Oh! A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Select a topic to endure, I guess. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. The system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subject number 10105 serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it has done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. So, they've been here recently then, because I'm pretty sure that was just months ago in-game. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key to this style of rule. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. So they've been here not that long ago. And then Lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer and its corresponding master core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables, such as age, have no bearing whatsoever, so it could be a kid. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a master core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. What the fuck? The following is a report on the second successful case of sovereign test subject experimentation. Test subject number 10105, given name Volran, generation NA, unique adjustment index, ethnicity NA. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risk it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. So he wasn't a lord, and he was never a lord, but they killed the lord there so then they could do some science tests? The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. The Maiden. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Renas Alma. During the ceremony, it's partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and will be returned to its original household. So they just send her back home? That's a lot. That was a lot of talking. I don't know if any of it made sense because I'm pretty sure I was speaking it but not listening. But now we read it, I guess. There's some things have been spoken. Oh Oh no. Is there more to read? Okay, no. This is just... We've seen this before because this is where he lived. Sparkles!
Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
I mean, I guess she was right.
You...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain.
And I had,
Time
like,
to go, Elfin.
pain inhibitors for 300 years?
Naori...
No wonder I couldn't feel anything.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But...
Well, we know now.
If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try.
Aw, at least she was nice.
I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
I don't know why she cared so much. They weren't fucking. Then again, maybe she was just kind. I guess that exists. Does it exist? Is it real? Kindness?
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah.
And now he feels even more
If it weren't
guilty.
for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight.
Yeah, let's do this.
Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result.
But it let him hug Shion.
But more than
until
anything,
it
she
broke.
wanted you to survive. And you did.
Are you just going to keep standing around or what?
Sorry, I'm just getting prepped over here.
I was listening to you talk, Shion. God. Alright, save the game. I think it is about to hit stretch time. And why is my health low? What the fuck is this? There we go. Literally right on time. There's the clock. Alright, it is stretch time, so I'm gonna go stretch my legs, have a drink, have a snack, and you guys should do the same, because self-care is a pro gamer move. But don't go anywhere, because when I get back, we're gonna step through this portal and hopefully find out what the fuck is happening. Now it should be working? There we go. Okay, I had to disconnect and reconnect my mic because for some reason it wasn't lighting up, even though it was working. But it was fine. But I think I fixed it now. But hello, Aaron. Thank you so much for the host. Muchas gracias, por favor. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Sorry that you came into silence, but I fixed it with my amazing technical skills. And now I can mute it when I need to burp or cough. Good. Right. Anyway, where were we? We were going through the portal to find out more exposition. I think. Probably. Most likely. Alright. What's this? That's a vagina door. And what is this? Why is it glowing? It looks cool. Oh no, that's not the fruit of Helgen, is it? And that's another door there, which I'm guessing we've got to go this way to the vagina door. Let's go. Oh, this was where...
This place.
Yep.
We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Why does it look so weird?
Of course.
Why does it look so gross?
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
Where everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Yes, Mother. Oh, what?
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
So for 300 years...
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
And it didn't work.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late.
Why did it get louder?
Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done.
Who is to blame here? I don't know how it's her fault.
With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it
Don't know
first.
what's going on.
With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped. But
maybe not.
Alas, it was not to be.
It was all making sense for a second, but...
The Renis Alma was lost. And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. To buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. And for a new Sovereign to appear.
Why do you want a new one, considering this happened?
Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Forgive me. I never meant to burden
Hey,
the future
Secret
world with this
Cosplay! Thank you so
tattoo.
much for choosing to raid me. Muchas
I only
gracias,
wish
por favor. Hello,
that there was
everybody.
something more I
Thank you all
could've
so much for
done.
stopping by. I hope you're all having a wonderful
Wait,
day
you
and that you
can't
had an awesome stream. Let me see if my shout out works again. It does not work again. What a surprise. Oh, thank you, JB. You were playing Tales of Rise as well? Nice. It's so good, isn't it?
That message just now.
Hey, Blaze Typhoon,
Was
thank
it
you so much for the
directly from
follow.
Naori?
Welcome to the fam. Ignore what they
Or
tell you in chat.
was
We're
it
not a
the
cult. I do
Danon
not want your feet
voice
pics or your
speaking
firstborn.
through her?
Just your pizza, because I'm hungry. All the time. I'm hungry. Please feed me. How is everybody on this fine Thursday night? I can never remember what day it is. New clothes get. Da, 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 da.
What?
These are the
Shion-
clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremonies
Shion
3
looks-
centuries ago.
Radiant.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
Don't you ever say sorry, Jamie,
That's
or I'll
right.
I know where your house
These
lives. I'll
clothes
fucking
are
shank you
designed
outside
to
of Tesco's,
resonate with
mate.
the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Because Shion is a goddess, that's
Naori
why.
must have left them here
Drink
for
or
the
sing.
new
Hey,
Sovereign and
Porgy!
Maiden,
Thank you so much for stopping
knowing
by.
the
I hope
day
you all are
would
having a
come when they would
wonderful
need
day.
them in
I
their
would
fight
rather not
against the
sink,
Thorns.
so I guess I must drink.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're
Sound
here,
good, sound good.
it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Thank you for the lurk. You better be looking after
Locating the
yourself
Renis
while you're
Alma would
lurking.
allow us to neutralize
know
the
if you're
dark
not.
astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
If you guys are,
It makes sense.
what's the word? Verify your
After
phone
all,
numbers. I'm
master
sorry for the
cores and
hassle.
spirit vessels are both able to prevent the
It's
astral
just
energy
protection.
inside
It's
them
just
from
protection for
developing
me.
sentience.
It's just protection for all y'all.
By that
It's
logic,
all good.
it
Take
would
all the
stand
time
to
you got. It's
reason that the
cool.
Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign.
God, she's beautiful.
Now
He
all
looks
we
so much
need
better
is
with
the
that
Renis Alma,
hairstyle.
and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Hey, Jeepo Kai. Thank you so much for the follow. I can't read. Welcome to the fam. We're not a cult.
It's possible?
I don't want your feet pics or
You
your
really
firstborn.
think so?
Just
I
Pizza.
do.
Please
we can
feed
rid
me.
you of your thorns and stop the world from falling
Please
to
feed me,
oblivion.
Pizza. That's all I ask. That's all I ask
However,
is just to be
the
fed.
spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the
whether it be
same
thin
thing
crust
won't happen again.
or cheese
We should
stuffed
take
crust.
care not to be too optimistic.
Just give me Pizza.
You're right. It's the barest
I
sliver of a
crave it.
chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but
Shion.
I just can't seem to help it.
Shion, I love
Just
you. I would do
hearing
anything
there's
for
the
you.
slightest chance. Even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Let's get rid of your thorns, baby.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the
Came
fate
in
of
with
all
Seeker's Raid.
humanity.
I'm tired though, so I'll go to bed. I'm dropping a
Now,
follow that I can drop in another day. Well,
it's
thank you
up to
so
us
much.
to
Go get
prove
some
that
sleep. That's
trust was
totally
well
fine.
placed.
Go get some good sleep. Have some sweet dreams. Hope to see you again soon, and take care of
Starting
yourself
with a
while you're
little
gone,
game
because I'll
called
know if you don't.
Hunt the Renis Alma.
But thank you for the
we've come all
follow.
this way.
Muchas
Now
gracias,
we
por
just need to
favor.
search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
What the fuck? That made me
Yeah,
jump. When he
we can
punched his hand
protect the
just
world
then,
and save
that
Shion
was
at the
only
same
in this
time.
side.
I too
I
shall
thought
lend
it
my
was something
services.
next to me.
My knowledge of Renin lore is
Oh
bound to
god,
be a
yay.
useful asset.
Surround
And they
sound.
say modesty is dead.
Now kiss.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
Now kiss.
How do you know it's
Thank
me
you for the
following?
follow. Muchas gracias,
in
por
this together,
favor.
Shion. You
Finally
included.
done verifying. I'm sorry it's such a hassle. I hope you understand. But thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for the
Now
follow.
let's get moving,
You're
shall
part of
we?
fam now, and now there's no door,
Last
and you
I
can
heard,
never
we had an
leave.
apocalypse to stop.
Not even if you gave me a year's supply of pizza. You can never leave.
Thank you, Naori.
Nobody can. That's the plan.
So Naori
Yeah.
sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she
Everybody
sealed
have a
away was
great
passed down
pizza.
to you.
Relevant time of day.
I'm so sorry,
Thank you.
Shion.
You too.
It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to
Technically, it
you
was
was because of
Naori's
the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it,
But I suppose it's
and
a
then
good thing
fell
that she
asleep
did it
for
in the first
300
place.
years. The reason you lost your memories,
Is the reason for your curse.
the thorns.
It all
Now
leads
kiss.
back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack.
What the fuck? Why does
Embracing
everybody
everyone.
gang up on
All the
Law?
normal things that people do together.
I don't
I
understand why
always
they all
wished I
hate
could
him.
experience them for myself and finally know what they were like.
He's
Is
the
it really
sweetest
okay
baby
for me to
boy.
believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up.
I started using it
And what
after
if it
meeting a
doesn't
lot of
work out in the
Americans. They're
end,
like
and-
7 hours
That's not
from
going to
Denmark.
happen.
That means
I'm
it's a
here
good.
to make sure it won't. Forget fate or
It's a
destiny
good way
or
to
anything
say
else.
everything.
We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah,
Good night, and
You're
thank you for
right.
stopping by.
it's such a strange feeling.
Go and get some
I
sleep.
know that we've
It's like
still
my
got
second
plenty
favorite
of
hobby.
fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
Now kiss.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good.
Please.
I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes.
Just.
Until our future is finally in our hands.
I know it'll hurt, but kiss. All right. So I've already got everything. Cool. Sword. Outfit. Outfit. Wait. What? Okay. So I'm gonna keep Shion in this outfit, which means I have to change her weapon because it doesn't match now. What do I want? I suppose that kind of matches. What do I want to give her that would match the absolute fucking gorgeousness of this dress? Probably that. Sacred Karma. Remember that. No. Monochrome Spike. Fuck it. We're going for that one. That matches. I think the kissing will happen in the end of the game if it does. It better. And then you can have the... Should we give him a carrot again? No, let's not. No. What? Ow. Is it that one? Wait, no, hang on. Which was the sword again? It was that one. But then... sword from Renin legend, whose materials and structure are unknown. Stories tell of it once bringing the mortal realm with the... Bridging the mortal realm with the underworld. Which one did it give me? Was it that one? Soda Arthritis? Let's have that one though, it looks cooler. Spoilers? What spoilers? Maybe there will be kissing. They better. Oh, also, that is so cool. With every step is particularly goodness. Beautiful. Anyway, where am I going? Because I just confused myself. That way? Let me go. It would make sense from a storytelling perspective. I don't play poker. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't play card games. I'm too dumb for them. Uh-oh, I said it now. Don't attack me. I haven't finished the game yet. I'm still in the final dungeon. Oh, yeah? Are you, like, grinding and leveling and stuff? Open it with the Pizza sword.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
Here's a question for you.
After everything we've been through to get here,
what are your thoughts on
damn well
Rinwell?
better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it.
How do you feel about Rinwell? I would like to know someone else's opinion on her.
This is it, guys. Time to
You
see
love
what
her?
secrets
She's
are in
super
store.
cute. Do you really think so? I have the complete opposite of that. I think she's a bitch, and I think she's super toxic, and she's horrible to Lore. But it's weird. We have completely opposite opinions. No, I mean, I like her, but I just think she's horrible. Like, she's a horrible person. But art is... Everybody has a different view of art. So your thoughts are valid and correct. My thoughts are valid and maybe not so correct, but maybe I'm getting the wrong gist of it. She's a terrible person. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting from this. It's just every time she opens her mouth to Lore, she's just mean to him for, like, no reason. And I love Lore. Shion is also amazing. Shion's my fucking goddess. I also liked Luke from Tales of Abyss before he got the haircut. I've never played Tales of the Abyss.
He really was still alive.
Was that before Vesperia? Because my first one was Vesperia back in the day.
Is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though.
I know, I've had some
Something
like
doesn't seem
previous
right
Tales
here.
outfits in Tales games. Like in Vesperia. But I've never actually played previous Tales games except Vesperia. Abyss is from 2005. I don't think I even heard of the Tales games at that point. I think I was a wee bab. I was probably a wee bab.
Used to a mere cog in a machine.
I played Vesperia, Zestiria, Berseria, and Arise. Those are the only ones I've played.
Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
Oh, we're standing in a boob.
It looks like it's still running.
And it's the best one?
Are we already too late to
Is
stop
it like a
the ceremony?
remaster or anything?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of Oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy.
Let's kill him, for real this time.
That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
There's a version for 3DS. It has amazing antagonists.
He's not gonna lunge at us
I'll
out of
see
nowhere,
if I can
right?
Not the time,
get it
Law.
to play off stream.
The Red
Oh
Woman.
fuck, it's her again.
So we finally found you.
But god damn it, I
have a
love
lot
her
of questions
design.
for you.
Wait!
Her hair is amazing,
What?
her outfit's amazing. There's a lot
We
of
all
them.
have the same face? How is that even possible?
Oh, now you just ugly. And heavy.
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
Did the subtitles just say for me?
Sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Did I read that right or am I tripping? I have so many cosplays from that game. That's awesome. I love it when people cosplay because it always looks so
They're not
amazing.
feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Elton. If we don't stop,
What level are you? Level
we
48.
may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets
Okay,
out
so
of
this
hand.
must be a scripted loss. Because why the fuck are they owning me? This isn't allowed. What? Why aren't they taking any damage? I'm scared. Oh, cosplay planned. I can't read. Sorry. You've only done Shion. Oh my god. Oh my god. I bet that was amazing. I'm jealous. I would kill someone's Kizza to cosplay as Shion. I don't think I could do the heals though. I learned that the hard way. I can't do heals. Well, at least anything higher than what I already fucked my feet up in.
I could do without this pain.
Shion! 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 I love you, please! Oh my god, I love you, Shion. No, why? They're only level 48. Why is this so... Oh, wait a second. This isn't because I'm on the hardest difficulty, is it? That level 48 is now, like, an actual challenge? Did I do this to myself? Because otherwise I am confusion. Why are they... Oh no, the end of the game's gonna suck. Walking in heels is pain. I never wear any unless it's for cosplay. I can't with heels, man. I don't know how people do it. Like, last week, I fucked my feet up by wearing heels for like a 40-minute walk. And I really shouldn't have worn heels for a 40-minute walk. But they weren't even like actual heels, they were just boots. It was like a 1-inch big old wedge looking thing. But even that fucked up my feet. My blisters are still healing. Blah blah blah, magic! That is why I'm taking ages for the final dungeon. It's just one hard monster after another, and my CP is always super low. Big mood, big mood. And sometimes the grind is just as fun. How much in the zone do you get? Because when I'm like, okay, I want to grind levels today, that's it. I'm just in a trance for the rest of the day, and I remember absolutely nothing. The flame inside me yearns to be let free. Ow, ow, ow! Shion! 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 Thank you! Wait, that wasn't at me. Shion, are you fucking serious? Oh my god, Shion, please! Why are they fucking killing me, dude? You're only level 48! God damn it, I can't actual tough anymore.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Is that it? It's not it! Oh, it's it. Fuck, that was... They were only level 48!
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Stab it. In the face.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
Watch out, she says. I'm gonna stand here and stare at it.
What? It self-destructed?
Alvin!
Oh, that.
I'm okay.
Good.
Just a little roughed up.
She cares about him so much. Grinwell was
You had
already
me
dead.
worried
Xion
there.
didn't need to help her. Just let her die. I've had enough of you talking and shit.
Who said you could touch that?
That's what she said. This motherfucker.
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all.
Bitch, I'm the fucking sovereign.
We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
You're fucking weird, dude. Just
Even
die.
After all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me
Leave me
down.
alone.
Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
I gotta protect my queen.
Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Xion.
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
I don't think they were granted to you,
Were they
dude.
really?
So much as the rust
We
upon
already
ye.
know the title of sovereign doesn't
Upon
denote
ye.
royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
He is my clone?
Then you mean
Oh.
Voron was kidnapped just like
I thought that's
Alvin?
where they were going.
But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us.
But his eyes glow.
Isn't that right? Volron.
But his eyes glow when
So
he uses
posed
art.
as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand
Shoot him,
above
Xion.
all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Oh, she said fucking no.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
What?
Don't do it!
She did it, I guess.
Serenus
Too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alvin!
Oh wait, we're still on Lenegis, right? Does this mean everything else is exploding? Ooh, that ass. Baby girl! I love you! I love them so much. Even with her thorns, he still reached out his hand. God, I love these two. It hurts. God, I just ship these two so much.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
How can we hear him right now? We're really, really far away.
Let's go.
Literally, I love those two. I can't.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man.
Okay.
My word is law.
Bye now.
I am.
Burning is what you are. Bye. Have a nice
Are
time.
you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renis Alma. Damn it, that's
Isn't
the
that
second
British
time
slang?
now.
They've done a runner.
Whatever's stolen from us,
Mate.
we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
We're going to Renna.
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renis Alma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Let's go. Oh my god, I keep
Then we're
looking at
agreed.
Kisara's titties.
Let's head back to the starship.
As soon as they show up on screen, my eyes just wander.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
Alright, I guess we're leaving. Back to the Forbidden Zone. Open the door. Is it? It's glowing! I love the glowing footprints, dude. It's so cool. And also it sounds really nice. The footfalls sound really nice. In my head. Alright. I'm just leaving, right? Cool. Then let's leave. Where is the way out? It's bigger than I remember. Hong Kong Quink Wonk. Is there a boss coming up, or is that just the one from the last boss? Ooh. Shiny. Save the game. And leave the place. And, oh god. Can I run past everybody again? No!
Out of our way!
Fine. I'll fight, even though I really don't need to.
Take down their defenses!
No, stop it. Go away. Oh god, please help me. It's dark. Please help me. I'll be heading off to bed now. Have a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the raid. Go get some sleep, have some sweet dreams. Take care of yourself while you are gone. I'll know if you're not. And I hope to see you again soon.
In an instant!
Impact claw! I'll
Show
heal you
thy
all!
mystic mercy!
Illuminate the dark! Magic
Heal!
Heal!
I'm ready!
Right.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Reflect on thy sins.
Oh my god, die!
We're not finished!
Armor won't save you!
My shield!
Do it!
In an instant!
There we go. That's more like it.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Oh my god, get out of my way. Ah! I don't want to fight! Seriously, ow, ow, ow. What the fuck?
That may prove a thorn in our side.
Leave me alone.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
You picked the wrong fight!
Oh my god, I am confusion.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Oh, we won. Oh, good.
Any injuries?
I'm bored of Kisara's outfit again. Dude, I don't... Should I just... You know what? I'm gonna put her in Nina's outfit. I don't think that we've done that yet. Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep her in Nina's outfit. Which way do I go? I think it is this way. This music reminds me of Crystal Maze. I don't know why. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Go away, please. Oh, we made it. We made it, guys. We're safe. Well, as safe as we possibly can be right now. Came out with different outfits. Amazing.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Joe?
Oh, are you gonna shout at us some more?
You two.
Because we punched you in the
Faria,
stomach.
Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
I want to know is why is she so
He told me about
specifically
Tarnigan
detailed?
too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once.
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis
Yeah,
is in
shut up.
grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep.
There has
Any
been no
longer, and we run the
decree.
risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Well, we know lots
Suffice
that
it
you
to
don't.
say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Dun, dun,
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
You tell
Riots
me, Nina
feed on
Williams.
discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease. Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
He's like, uh-oh.
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well,
He's like,
then.
shit, well, I'm getting roped into this.
Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Let's do it.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Nothing.
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldamen and Sia.
Hey, that's not the outfit I gave you.
Hold on! He should be in the
I
crown
forgot that's what he
contest.
looked like.
Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together.
He's already trying to break them away from it.
If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength. For if we can persevere as one,
that was a big one.
I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Let there be light! I see what you did there. Brighter tomorrow as the light came back. Genius. Chef's kiss.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't
I
all
still don't
have
know
been...
why she's so detailed.
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we
sounds
found
like
someone
slavery to
capable
me.
of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
Oh, thanks.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return.
That was a very nice word
But
of
not as your
confidence from her.
sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of
That
breaking.
feeling.
One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things.
Like
Things
music.
like, oh, I don't know.
Aha!
Musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
I mean, it's been 7 years, love. No offense, but...
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Bye.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis
Now
who need
kiss.
someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
Now kiss.
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
All right, I guess we're done on Lenegis.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
Where's the
I
exit?
couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
I can't go that low. Oh shit. Oh no, that's a kid! Okay, let's not look at the dead child for too long. I am sorry for your loss. Oof. Ooh, what the fuck was that? Oh. Where's the way out? That way. The place is so big. Honk, honk, wink, wonk. Just making sure that there isn't anybody to heal. I am not a cruel bitch. Okay, you've got that under control. That's alright. That's cool. I guess everybody's fine. As they possibly can be. Let's save the game. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Back into the, was it Fall Nights?
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Let's go find out.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
Yes, let's go.
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
I say we come across the capital, we should...
What?
She's so creepy, but I love her design. That actually made me jump when Rinwell screamed. Just checking in, everything all right? How's the light been? Oh my god. It's amazing. It's not hurting my eyes at all, but I'm pretty sure that I am a really good brightness. Please tell me if it is so, because it looks to me like it's not grainy, like dark and grainy, but also it doesn't hurt my eyes at all. So like, I feel like I'm not, because like before, like I think my eyebrows were like this all the time, but now, that's a lot of red women. But now it just feels like I can just look at the screen without squinting, like at all. It's so good. I love this light. Thank you so much. That's sus? You're fucking sus. I know where your house lives. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't look grainy. I think it looks good.
Damn! The hell just happened?
My preview is like kind of tiny.
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
Are we gonna blow up?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
We're gonna die out here.
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
What? It's not a real planet. God damn it, not the red women. And it's poking us again. Oh, it's doing it again. Oh, well, we didn't stop shit. I guess we got our work cut out for us. Now there's a giant flower on the... not a planet. That doesn't look legitimately terrifying at all.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
Are we not going to talk about the fact that Rena
flower
isn't a
looks like
planet?
it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Not really much else we can do.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
Never.
The flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Well, we're just gonna
Can
die
you fix
here.
it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
That didn't stop you from doing this shit
So
when you
what?
told me that you
We're
couldn't
just
do it.
stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down. You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
Baby boy, it's okay. No sorries. You're worried. You're like 16
Still
years
too
old.
early
It's okay.
to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Oh my god,
Now
what now?
what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Ominous. Another Lenegis? Lenegis 2.0?
We managed to get moving, but
And it's quiet
where are
again.
we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
That's my Shion. You heard her. Let's move. I look all badass with my cape and shit. I took like 3
I
steps.
still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens.
We were lied
But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
Lower level? Nope. Central level, I guess then. Hello? Anybody there?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
Eh? But this one looks purple.
It doesn't look like it can
Purple
move.
woman. That would be me. Poke it. Poke the glass.
Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
How did you know to ask a question?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect
Very
35.
alien.
Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you?
So many
Are
questions.
you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We took an elevator.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
Made me jump.
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way.
I did not give consent.
Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh goody, more riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
And hear it out we will.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time.
I wonder
but
why
not
they
our true
specifically
form.
choose that.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means
No,
to
Rinwell, you
extend
can't
my
trust anyone.
lifespan.
You just established that everyone you've
As I
ever
have
known has
done
lied
so,
to you. Maybe be
I
a
have
bit
also
cynical
set
for
out
a
to
change.
monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
I mean,
A question.
I don't know who to
What is
believe.
this
You or
great
Rin for
spirit
this
of which
one.
you speak? Is it something that rules over your
I suppose
kind?
she was actually being reasonable for a change.
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
That's
The
what he
voice
said,
of the
Rinwell,
Great
yes.
Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
What's
Why
so
not?
unbelievable about it?
We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegis. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why
After
Rena
everything you've
wouldn't.
seen, I'd believe it a bit more.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Oh my god, chill
Yeah,
out.
but-
Why are you shouting at him?
Let's assume that what Hevrek 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So
Law
thinly
said
is that
something. Time
energy
to scream
spread
at him,
that it cannot
right?
coalesce and formulate a will.
Like, he's
Our
being
findings
reasonable as
here
well, because there's
indicate as
just
much.
nothing but questions.
Which explains
and
why we
she's
felt
yelling
its
at him
will
like,
where we
well, how
did.
can you be so sure
The
that it's
Wedge
not
and
controlling
Lenegis are
you?
where
And that's
so
why you're
much
up on
of
your
that
fucking high
energy had
horse
been
right now.
accumulated.
Trying to convince everyone that that's not the case.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
And now it wants the whole damn
Indeed.
meal.
And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renaissance.
You fucking failed, mate.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renaissance required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless,
Way to
you
fuck it all
still
up,
haven't
Sovereign
answered one of
wannabe.
Alphen's original questions.
It wasn't his
Just
fault.
why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
I think it was
First, it
Naori's
was to
fault.
confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors.
But then again, if she
Second,
hadn't done what she did,
It was to
then
ascertain
everything would have
whether
died
you would be
instantly
likely
anyway.
to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Hey, there it is. Japanese
I'm
RPG,
sorry,
kill a
did you
god.
just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
But we're gonna stand here and talk anyway
Why do you
while
want
it
us
does.
to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
What the fuck is this? Why is
No.
this on me?
My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken
Little
many
sharp thing
years
on
to
me.
realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
You can tell he's different because
Vengeance?
it's purple.
For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
Aw.
You mean... you're dying?
That's what extinction means, Rinwell, yes.
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you
So
have
you
your
can't
answer,
die before your
return
death?
to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
If you agree to help,
Hey,
I'll fix your
hey!
ship. So if we don't agree, we're stuck here?
It's no use.
Not really
I
much
think
of a
it's done
choice, is
talking
it?
to us. Let's take a look around.
You're basically an experiment. Yes, that is correct. And I'm sick of it. I want answers.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
That's what I
To be
said.
honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you,
Fourth wall
Dohalim?
breaking?
Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that
Because it's
creates and
hungry.
shapes the world.
Hangry.
It doesn't matter. I don't care
Want
if we're
that
up against an
crunch.
entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
Then let's go, because
There is one
literally
other
every
thing that
time we're standing
concerns
here
me.
and talking, it's sucking
How
up
the
more of
Great
our planet's
Spirit,
energy.
the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part
En
of a
masse,
centuries-long
it said,
plan is
so-
clear enough. But what about the Renans?
It could literally have finished
How do they factor
and
into
everything
all
is
this?
gone while we're standing here talking.
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrecht 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence.
Aliens.
Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
And while we're doing this, the last of the energy is sucked away from our planet because we wanted to talk to some people. Which way am I going? This way. Can I go to the lower level now? Yes, I can. Hello? People.
Who are they?
Hi.
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Zephyr?
Are you a Renan?
Is that the same voice actor for Zephyr?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can.
That's the same fucking
But be
voice actor
quick.
for Zephyr.
Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
You think you can run that past me? You think you can trick me?
What a weird guy.
I am an encyclopedia
He must have
of
meant
voices.
Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Yeah, our planet's getting sucked dry, but no biggie. Hey, let's talk.
Have you guys lived up here in Dig Faisal with Hevrect 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
It takes stasis for you.
Why are
to
you
lose
all
your
even
sense of
here in the
time.
first place?
For me, it's just
Originally,
waking up in the
this
morning.
station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the
See how
Overseer was
she's
there
like
all along.
normally
What do you mean?
detailed for a
The
not important
Helganquill have the
NPC?
technology to cloak themselves
Why was
around
that
us
Faria
Renans.
girl so
As
detailed?
long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even
and
if
she's
it's right
not
in
even
front of them.
important.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected.
Oh, well, they're OP.
It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquill themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquill, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
She's not
Hevrect
helping.
35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply
her voice
stay
actress
here
just
and watch
change?
everything unfold instead. Things are
That was
going
weird.
just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further.
Did her voice just change for a
That
second?
said, I'm sure it's pleased to see
It
the
did it
final
again!
stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Am I hearing things?
Thank you for
Do
answering
you
our
hear it, or
questions.
am I going crazy? I don't know what's real anymore. What's this? Can I look at this? It appears to maintain constant monitoring to ensure nothing approaches Dake Phasal. You, talk to me. Tell me your name.
Do you
You're not
know
going
anything
crazy,
about
at
a
least not
spirit
faster than
channeling
usual.
plan?
Thank you.
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
Okay, that makes sense.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contests began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana.
So why are we standing here talking if they've
As
already
I'm sure
taken
you've
that
noticed,
much?
it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevric 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes. And yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
Wow, fuck you too.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
What a weirdo. And you, are you weird as well?
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us
That's
what you know
totally
about
normal.
the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a
the end of
nutshell,
the world will
the
affect them.
Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Everyone's a Danon. Shion's a Danon. Dohalim's a Danon. Everyone's a
But if that's
Danon.
true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't.
I don't think they've gotten that far yet.
That's
like
what
if
the
it
name literally
happens,
means in their
I don't think they're gonna be
People of
like.
Rena.
But what need could they
I think
possibly
they're gonna be
have
like,
to
wait, what
create a
now?
whole
How
new
are we
race
gonna
of
eat?
people?
We're like the only
It
humans
was
left.
a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there.
That's where the mages
why
went.
we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, That explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
There goes all the
Helganquil
mages.
technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it.
Is this guy okay?
Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
I agree.
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus,
this is a loose
the reason
statement.
the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well
I'm still
is likely
trying
because
to
they were originally Danans all along.
realize what they're saying. I know I've already played
Either
this,
way, I think
but
it's
it's
fair
just
to
the way
say
they
we've all
say
had a
things is
lot
so
to take in at
long-winded and
once.
not
Maybe
at
too
all to the
much
point.
even.
That
We
I'm
should
like, what is it that
probably
they're
take it
trying to
easy and rest
say?
our minds a bit.
And then I'm like, oh,
Why don't
okay.
we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's
Now
on
kiss.
everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Yeah, you're not in immediate danger. The planets, though.
Everyone's
yeah, for
just
real.
gone their own way, huh?
Everybody
Yeah,
just
let's
talking
hit
now.
up each spot.
And like, if the flower is the manifestation of how much energy it's already sucked, then technically we should already be way too late and the planets are gone. But by sheer force of will, the planet is holding on long enough for us to have a nice little chat.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
Yeah, we could hit the buffet.
On some level,
We clearly
I'm
have
not even really
time.
sure what to think, to be honest. I mean,
Enough of it.
the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case,
I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well...
I would have thought you'd have been happy that we're all
I
Danans.
guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task.
To be
We
fair,
can't
they were
pretend
already
like the
past that
past
at this
didn't
point.
happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
So it wasn't as
Right.
much of a
Everybody
a
has
shock
their
as it
reasons
could
for
have been,
feeling the way that they do.
because they were already
But
all
if we
feeling
just keep
equal to
yelling at
each
each other about
which
it,
is a good thing.
we'll never move on. In a
Character
worst-case
development.
scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Give her a hug.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
That was just one skit. We have to talk to the rest of the party. Everybody wants to chat. Shion, embrace my pain, gives hug. Do you want to feel how it
You
feels?
both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding
Makes
up,
sense.
Ringwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danan mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right? I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of
We gotta
bad
stop
blood
calling
and
them
prejudice
Renans because
isn't
we just
going to be
learned
an
that
easy thing
there
to
are no
overcome.
Renans. We're all Danans.
Yeah. I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But
You
even
still
so,
have hatred in
I
your
was
heart.
still able to change.
You
And
didn't
if I can
change.
change,
You're horrible.
so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danan and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Renwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
It's already dead. We've been standing here talking. Alright, do you need healing? You need healing. I'll heal you because I'm kind. You found me collapsed again and helped me back up? Well, I appreciate it. Thanks to you, I can continue to go about my research. What does he mean again? Did we find him before? Upper level? Is this where we're going? I don't think so. Central level? Where'd everybody go? Nope. Takeoff and departure area? Okay, upper level it is then, I guess. I don't know where everybody is. Everyone you've healed has just been that one guy, right? I don't know what he's talking about. You found me collapsed again, even though we've never met. Ooh, we're so far away. Look how big that flower is. I'm surprised the planet's still in one piece. Red ladies. It's all the red ladies doing. The red women. Is everybody on the lower level then? Because I didn't see anybody else. Where are my teammates? Oh, they're over there. Your girl, she can't read a map. Everyone's dead. Because we've been talking for too long. Saying the planet is still in one piece is a bit of a stretch. I mean, it's missing massive chunks. That's Renna. The planet we're trying to save is still somehow not dead yet, despite us standing around and talking.
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one
still
still
talking.
trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Wait.
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Like you, Shion.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth.
Oh, baby boy.
That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
And what was really important?
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that makes sense.
The thing that's most important.
Am I just dumb?
What I really care about. All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me. To fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Now it does, anyway.
I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
Oh,
I'll
my
fight to
son.
protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
My son. My sweet boy. Hey, Dohalim, you okay?
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
What's that
Let's
a doubt?
not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
Are we talking Helganquin Renans
When you
or
say the other
Danon
Renans,
Renans?
you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct.
Oh,
Even
he
if we
actually
stop the
said.
Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
If it's even, like,
And at the same time,
alive.
Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On
He's
that
still
note,
in it.
I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Fight.
Oh?
What?
What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator, so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably.
I'm Danon.
As
What do
the
you want
one
me to
and
do?
only blazing sword.
Oh, I suppose.
I
That makes
suspect
sense.
the Danans may
I
listen to
forgot I
what you
was
have
even
to
called
say
the
when
blazing
problems
sword.
arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danon society without any bloodshed. That is why.
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Is it too much?
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen,
Aww.
will you help me?
Yes.
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Aww.
Well,
That's so sweet.
It sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
She is beautiful.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time,
love
all I
her.
ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danon, as a real person.
Danons
And she very
might not
much
be real
cherished her
people,
own people,
even though
too.
Renans are not the real ones.
I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other.
We must save everybody in Naori's memory.
Maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain
Give
and
Shion
suffering.
a nice big hug.
She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why do the Renans
I
have to
don't
forgive
just
the
mean
Danans?
forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
World
You know,
peace.
you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Okay, now kiss.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know.
Aww.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Aww, I love those two so much.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like
say
Law
we go.
said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob
Good,
us
she
of our
hasn't
entire
forgotten that
world.
her life is on the
And it's
line.
going
I'm
to
sure
take
that could
not
easily
just our
slip
home,
someone's mind.
but all of existence along with it.
We're saving the
That
world, but
alone
don't forget
is
about
enough to
Shion.
make it our enemy. But it's not only
We have
that.
to save
One
billions.
way or another, I think
but
beating
don't forget
the Great
about
Spirit
Shion.
is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
We have to save Shion though, because if we let her die, I can't live with myself.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Alphen's mind is gerbils
Yeah.
on a treadwheel.
3 centuries
Bold of you
ago,
to think
the
that's
astral
not
energy
my
that
mind.
appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed.
If anyone has gerbils on a
Shion's thorns are
treadmill,
comprised
treadmill,
of dark astral
treadwheel,
energy.
or whatever,
The one
in
type
their mind,
which we know is native only
it's
to
me.
Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great
I
Spirit.
missed something. Shion's thorns are the great spirit that we have to kill.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Shion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
That's my girl.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
So we're gonna die?
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
It would just have been funny after hearing all of this exposition, and then they turn to Alphen, and he's just... What were we talking about? There's all so
Everett
much happening.
35
I
has
can't
been
remember where we
observing the
were.
great astral spirit
That
this
would be
whole
me.
time.
That would actually be me, though.
It wouldn't
feel
ask us
called
to
out.
fight it unless it has a
I
plan
know it's
of
a
some
joke,
sort.
but I feel called
Let's
out.
go see what that is.
Members who have left
Our
have
minds are made
returned
up.
to your party.
Let's go give Hevrek 35 our answer.
Was it the central level? I think it was, wasn't it? Alright, let's go tell this purple dude that we will fight. And then we have to wait for our ship to be fixed because we haven't actually given him an answer yet, so we're wasting even more time.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
Unless he doesn't have anything up his
The
sleeve.
great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
That sounds
and
easy
how
enough.
are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Oh.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
Uh-oh.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy
Imagine having
the great
hope and then having it
astral
ripped
spirit,
away like that.
and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them
He's
is
so
so
sure
clear.
about
Get
this.
it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die. That we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great
thank you,
astral
Jamie.
spirit already resides within
We'll finish
her.
this conversation
300 years ago, the Great
eventually.
Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself.
Oh no.
So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit.
But my goddess.
That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renus Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Ah, big brain energy.
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renus Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could
We've got our
contain
white
the
aura
great
sight, boys.
astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renus Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave
This
here.
fucking guy.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it.
If it hasn't already.
If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us
To
where
be
it's
fair,
safe,
it is a little bit
then
selfish,
quit
isn't it?
ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
Like, the needs of the many. There's an entire planet of people, and you're not
What
okay
you
with
say is
sacrificing
irrational.
one person
Be that as it may,
for a whole planet
I
of
shall
people.
accede
Is
to
a
your
little bit
demand.
selfish.
You'll agree?
Like, to be fair,
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my
like,
species'
sure,
greatest
like, if I was
achievement.
in the same spot as Shion,
I wish to see how well
and it
they
would be
work
like
against
my
the Great
life
Spirit
for the
in light
entire
of our
planet,
demise by
I'd be
its
like, yeah,
hands.
fucking do it.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
Like, I ain't about to be selfish.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great
Dogs
Spirit,
exist, and that is reason alone
functioning
to
as a
save this
catalyst
planet.
for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great
Ooh, this is
Spirit's
a long
core is
cutscene.
located.
Exposition.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question.
So many
You've
questions.
said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Apparently.
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all.
Yep, we're going for it.
Fix
But
our
then you're
starship.
giving him the satisfaction
We're
of
going to Rena.
participating in his experiment. What if we stayed?
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to.
Don't say what.
Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced.
Don't
You'll
say
have to
what.
wait until it's finished.
What?
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrick 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening
My
to
brain
all
is
that
already
complicated
fried.
stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again, we'll be taking off for Rena right away.
And we will be taking off for Rena right away on Saturday, because tomorrow's Fall Guys Friday, and right now we've got to see who to raid. Finally! Is there no music? Why am I not hearing music? What is this? Do you guys hear music? I don't hear the music. Why can I not hear the music? What is this? What is this? What is happening? I don't hear music. No? You don't hear music? But it's apparently on. It's weirdly silent. Well, it's gonna have to be that way. I disconnected and reconnected my mic because it was being weird. And now weird things are weirding. So, right. So, in silence, who's streaming? It's just me and Sumi tonight who is streaming, and she is playing Elder Scrolls Online. We can raid her, or you can use your channel points to redeem Guide the Raid, and we can raid someone of your choosing, should you wish to. Otherwise, it is Sumi tonight. That's Twitter. That's not what I wanted to go on. Where is she? There she is. But yeah, very odd. I don't know why I did that. Sumi Fairy. I can't spell. Now the caps lock is on. Did I spell that right? Sumi Fairy Girl. Yes, I can't fucking spell. Let's go to Sumi. Thank you, Jamie, for that. Use the raid message indeed. Right, so I really hope I spelled that right. Well, that's going to be really embarrassing. Thank you guys so much for watching another Tales of Arise. We could probably finish this on Saturday. We're really, really close to the end. It's all probably just cutscenes and stuff at this point. But yeah, we're going to go raid Sumi. tomorrow is Fall Guys Friday, so I hope you guys can be there for that. That'll be a really nice thing to do, because honestly, this game can get pretty heavy and woo sometimes. So yeah, go give her some Quaggan fam love like I know you guys are capable of. And in the meantime, be nice to each other, look after yourselves, wear your masks, wash your hands, drink lots of water, and eat so much pizza. All of the name Mama Quaggan. I'll see you beautiful guys tomorrow for some Quaggan fam, for some Fall Guys, Quaggan Fall Guys. Anyway, see you later. Mama Quaggan out.